Jessa Duggar Seawald, one of the most recognized names from the long-running TLC reality series 19 Kids and Counting and its follow-up Counting On, has welcomed her sixth child with husband Ben Seawald, marking another milestone in a life that has unfolded largely in the public eye. The birth of their latest baby, a healthy son named Samuel Robert Seawald, was announced by the couple through a heartfelt social media post, accompanied by a photo of their newborn's tiny hand wrapped around Ben's finger. The image, simple yet profoundly intimate, captured the quiet joy of new life and the deepening of a family that has grown steadily over more than a decade of marriage. For fans who have followed the Duggar family for years, the news was met with an outpouring of congratulations and well wishes, reinforcing the enduring connection between the Duggar clan and their audience. Yet beyond the surface-level celebration lies a deeper narrative. One of faith, perseverance, and the quiet evolution of a woman who, once seen primarily as a shy, soft-spoken daughter in a large, conservative Christian family, has matured into a mother of six with a voice and identity of her own. Jessa and Ben's journey to this sixth child has not been without its challenges. Over the years, the couple has been open about their struggles with fertility and pregnancy complications, issues that are often glossed over in the idealized world of reality television and conservative family values. Their path to parenthood has been marked by loss, uncertainty, and emotional resilience, making each new arrival not just a cause for celebration, but a testament to endurance. Their first child, daughter Spurgeon Seawald, born in 2015, was welcomed with the typical excitement of first-time parents. But what followed were a series of difficult pregnancies. In 2017, Jessa suffered a miscarriage, a deeply personal loss that she later shared with fans in a vulnerable blog post. She described the grief of holding a positive pregnancy test one day and receiving a diagnosis of miscarriage the next, a pain made more acute by the public nature of her life. "I felt so alone," she wrote at the time, even though I knew so many women had walked this path. Her honesty resonated with countless women who had experienced similar heartbreak in silence, particularly within faith-based communities where miscarriage is often minimized or spiritualized. The couple's second child, Henry, was born in 2018 after a high-risk pregnancy complicated by gestational diabetes and preeclampsia. Jessa was placed on bed rest for weeks, and the birth required careful medical supervision. Their third child, a daughter named Fern, arrived in 2020 during the height of the pandemic, adding another layer of isolation and stress to an already challenging time. The fourth, a son named Ivy, was born in 2022, and their fifth, daughter Hazel, in 2023, each arrival bringing its own unique set of joys and trials. Now, with the birth of Samuel Robert, the Seawalds have reached a significant family milestone. 6 children in just over a decade is no small feat, especially considering the physical toll of repeated pregnancies and the emotional weight of past losses. Yet Jessa has consistently framed her journey through the lens of faith and gratitude. In her social media post announcing Samuel's arrival, she wrote, "We are overwhelmed with thankfulness to God for this precious gift. After every storm, He brings peace. After every waiting, He brings blessing." Ben, who has stood by her side through every high and low, echoed the sentiment, calling the birth a miracle and praising Jessa's strength. "She's carried so much, physically, emotionally, spiritually," he said in a statement. "I'm in awe of her every day." What makes Jessa's story particularly compelling is not just the number of children she has borne, but the way she has navigated motherhood with increasing independence and introspection. In the early days of Counting On, Jessa was often portrayed as quiet, reserved, and deferential, traits that some viewers interpreted as passivity. Her marriage to Ben, which began with a courtship period typical of the Duggar family's conservative values, was closely watched, with some critics questioning the lack of dating and the speed with which their relationship progressed. But over time, Jessa has revealed a deeper complexity. Through her blog, social media, and occasional interviews, she has shared her thoughts on motherhood, faith, and personal growth with a sincerity that has earned her respect beyond the Duggar fanbase. She speaks openly about the importance of mental health, the challenges of postpartum recovery, and the need for grace in parenting. Unlike some of her siblings who have remained tightly aligned with the family's strict religious doctrines, Jessa has subtly carved out a space where faith and personal experience coexist. She has also become more vocal about the importance of medical care during pregnancy, a stance that stands in contrast to the Duggar family's historical skepticism of modern medicine. Her willingness to be induced, use epidurals, and seek help for complications has quietly challenged the notion that natural birth and minimal intervention are the only godly choices, a shift that many young conservative women have quietly celebrated. The naming of their sixth son, Samuel Robert, carries symbolic weight. Samuel is a biblical name meaning heard by God, often associated with divine calling and purpose. Robert, Ben's middle name, honors his own father, grounding the child in family legacy. The choice reflects a balance between spiritual significance and personal connection. A hallmark of the Seawolds' approach to parenting. With 6 children now ranging in age from a few weeks to 9 years old, the Seawold household is undoubtedly bustling. The couple lives on a property near the Duggar family compound in Arkansas. Her words reflect a theology of grace that has become increasingly central to her worldview, one that emphasizes compassion over perfection and effort over outcome. This gentle, forgiving approach has endeared her to many who feel alienated by the rigid moralism sometimes associated with the Duggar brand. The arrival of Samuel also comes at a time of broader change for the Duggar family. Once a dominant force in reality television, the family's influence has waned in recent years, particularly after the re-emergence of past scandals involving Josh Duggar and the cancellation of Counting On in 2021. Many of the younger Duggar siblings, including Jessa, have stepped back from the spotlight, focusing instead on their own families and personal growth. Jessa and Ben have chosen to limit their public appearances, opting for a quieter life away from the cameras. Their social media presence is modest compared to other reality stars, and they rarely engage in controversy or drama. Instead, they've built a brand rooted in simplicity, faith, and family, a counterpoint to the chaos that has surrounded other members of the Duggar clan. Still, they are not entirely insulated from scrutiny. As public figures, their choices, especially around parenting, education, and religion, are often dissected by both supporters and critics. Some question the wisdom of having so many children in quick succession, while others critique the conservative values they uphold. But Jessa has remained steadfast, choosing not to engage in online debates, but instead to live her truth quietly and consistently. In many ways, the birth of Samuel Robert is more than just a personal joy, it's a quiet act of defiance against the notion that women must conform to a single narrative. In a culture that often pressures women to delay motherhood, prioritize careers, or limit family size, Jessa's choice to embrace a large family on her own terms is a statement in itself. And in a media landscape that often reduces women to their controversies or their looks, her focus on faith, service, and motherhood offers an alternative vision of fulfillment. As the Seawold family settles into life with their newest member, the days will be filled with feedings, diapers, and the gentle chaos of a house full of children. There will be moments of exhaustion, doubt, and frustration. But there will also be laughter, milestones, and the deep, abiding love that comes from building a life together. For Jessa Duggar Seawold, this sixth birth is not just the addition of another child, it's the continuation of a journey defined by faith, resilience, and quiet strength. It's a reminder that behind every public figure is a private person navigating the beautiful, messy reality of life. And in welcoming Samuel Robert, she has once again chosen hope over fear, love over doubt, and life over silence. In a world that often demands women be everything at once. Career-driven, independent, flawless, Jessa's story offers a